we need to iron out what's the initial proposal, and then we.
Well, I explained it, I mean, what, you thought about it, Mike, what do you want to add, take away? I mean, does that sound feasible to you guys? I mean,
Since you explained that one on the traffic, see, you didn't have in there.
well,
about the
I
car
wrote that,
wreck
and I
and
took that
stuff.
part out because I got long-winded confusion. But, and because, I mean, you could be at people's house, but, you know, you guys don't agree on that, and that's, or, you know, you wreck in front of somebody's house,
You're not gonna be able to,
please everybody.
no, you're not gonna be able to please everybody, and if you're in a wreck, your head's gonna be going like
Yeah,
that.
exactly, we just want to keep it as simple as we can so our dispatchers don't get confused.
I don't think they're going to be confused.
I think it'll work.
I do too.
But like I say, we're gonna keep it simple. You can do the 3-minute thing, then get them out, then get them in, same way with that.
Across from the depot up in that area.
No, it's just
And then you have to ask, what the fault is, you have to ask.
So as far as the directive goes, the paper that you gave me on the Eminence Authority side of it, I'm fine with what you had in the paper. I'm fine with our 3-minute out, their 3-minute out. I'm fine with that.
Like I say, we wish you would send us a thing, but I realized something I know last time you couldn't because of different shifts. But if you just call us, you know, tell us,
We'll work something out.
yeah, like I say, you can just call or radio up or.
We'll both do the same if that's okay. That way it's not.
Yeah, I would
dispatch,
appreciate
so
you trying to do
we'll
the same.
combine whatever you guys decide. We will get together and either call in or give them a schedule either way.
Yeah, we don't care how you do it as long as we just know.
And I think your idea, you know, since there is confusion with Ritchie County and so forth, I think your idea of the 6-month trial to see if it's going to work and report back to the board and let them know how it's processing. You know,
It's up to you guys.
I mean, that's fine with me too, if it's fine for everybody. I don't care. It's just, your paperwork's fine with me as far as that goes on the Eminence Authority side of it.
Because probably at a certain point, you guys will want to come back and tweak whatever is or isn't right, or what is or isn't working. At least set something out there, where you can go back and look at it and say, you know, this is going this way or that way. Now, you can do it every quarter if you want to, or just project it out there 4 to 6 months and say, we'll come back and put it on the agenda or whatever, that's up to you guys.
So has this proposal been co-written by both groups?
No, actually, I read most of it, and I gave it to this guy to look at, and, you know, just to feel out and see what they thought. I tried to make it where it would be as simple for our people as we could get it. That was the goal.
Yeah, 'cause that was what we wanted, so it wouldn't confuse the dispatchers. They really didn't have to put anything extra into it because someone actually had to say something to them to change it other than the protocol.
Yeah,
And so that's the biggest thing.
yeah,
I think your cameraman has a question.
What happens if you have a non-relative member in your household that you are the medical power of attorney?
We're not going to ask Tammy. We're not, I mean,
Okay,
we just want people to realize that you might be opening yourself up to a liability if you do
Right.
that, but we're not going to interrogate you.
okay.
Now, you know, if you say it's a wreck in front of your house, we're probably going to send the Eminence Authority. If it's somebody in your house, we're not going to interrogate, I mean, you know. But we want people to realize that could bring them a liability if this person said, you should have gave me this, you know, that goes, but we're not going to get into that.
Tim's phenomenal. I got a question for John. It goes back to Jeff's statement. If you got a patient in Greenwood or one on Big Flint, are you going to let them choose Ritchie County EMS or Salem or Harrison County?
Not just, well, I understand what you're saying. That's where you get into the closest unit. Now, to do the closest unit really, you have to have GPS in your vehicle. Because it depends on where that truck's sitting. They just say like, there's a call and Doe Run. Well, they're closer. But what if they're at the West End Cafe eating? Then they're closer. So that's when you get into like fire department districts. But, you know, the way we're going to do it is just, the Eminence Authority's got the county. We're talking Doddridge County only. If you want the ECMS, ask them, and they've got it. But I don't think we need to send them into Ritchie County or call Salem. I mean, that's something for later. This is just a call or request right now, correct?
But if I request Harrison County EMS,
No, we're not going to send them.
I'm not going to send it.
Not the way it is right now.
I mean,
I understand what you're saying.
I mean, coming from an 911 background, I mean,
I
you're
understand.
kind of setting yourself up for liability.
Well, that's,
It's the person's choice.
the only thing they're asked right now is,
I mean, I'm just looking.
I understand exactly what you're saying about the closest thing, because you really get into that, because Jeff's closer in Greenwood, but then county commission, the way I understand it, has the authority to decide who in the county is operating. Right now, they decided the EMS authority and Dodge County Emergency Squad.
That's correct.
So,
Generic counties like that.
But, I mean, if somebody, let's say, I have the right to choose, and I don't want either agency,
I think Harrison County, because I talked to Paul Bump, says, yes, you do, and you can call their 7-digit number.
exactly.
So, because when this all started, I talked to Paul, who runs Harrison County a while back, because they have several ambulance services in different areas. And if you want a particular service and you call them, that's not in that area, you can call the 7-digit number and there you go. So.
All right, so we have a proposal. You said you have it right.
Yeah, I've got most of them, right? All but it's just in Dodd and Ritchie County and once we dispatch, the only thing on this, once we dispatch a particular squad, we don't redispatch.
Everybody's heard the proposal. So I guess I'll open it up for motion. Have a second?
I'll say.
Any discussion?
So other counties have similar setups like this, where you can request,
Well,
or,
I'm not exactly sure. There's certain counties that just use private agencies. So I'm not exactly sure if they do that, but I know Harrison County, you can't request. You get who they send, or you call their 7-digit number.
What county either?
so if you call 911 in Harrison County, you get,
Whoever's that area, and if not, they tell you to call 7-digit number.
If,
Where do you call from?
if you're in Clarksburg and Company 61 Harrison County EMS is due for that area, if you want Anmore, Bridgeport, even Jan Care, we don't dispatch them. 61 is due for that area, and you either get that ambulance or you call whoever you want.
so to get an individual service, you have to call their private 7-digit number.
Yes, yes.
And that's-
If you're in Bridgeport EMS is due. If you call in and request Jan Care, we'll give you the number, but we cannot dispatch. Under our protocols, we cannot dispatch another agency unless it's that first two EMS.
So you dispatch one way.
Yes,
If they want an alternative service, you give them the numbers for the alternative service.
yes, sir.
Okay.
And that's the way it's been here. It's the way it was set up before is that if you call for an ambulance in Dodd County, you get, the way it's been here the last, however long, last couple of years, for the ambulance authority, if you call Ritchie County, of course, the ambulance authority. This for those who still in option. It was brought up before, it was not agreed upon to have it, so whoever could call me, that was 4 years ago. But it was brought up before about doing it that way, it wasn't agreed upon, so it was one or the other. I was scared to call them otherwise. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to make it clear though, what Timmy's saying. In Harrison County, you have first due areas. You have numerous organizations, and you have, like Harrison County Emergency Squad has numerous stations that are spread out all over the county. Now, just because you call into 911, if you live in Anmore, you're automatically going to get Anmore. If you live in downtown Clarksburg, you're automatically going to get Company 61. If you live in Shinston, you're going to get Company 62. So it's based on who is the closest, and that you do not have in Doddridge County.
So it's basically the same as what Ritchie and Doddridge both do as far as for the fire departments. You have a run area, and they base it on when you call and where your phone number shows up on the system is what the fire department gets dispatched to you. And so that. So any further comments or questions?
Again, I'm concerned about confusion, John.
Well-
And I think the request for the policy needs a little more research, you know. You've got a network of 911 directors across the state.
Yeah, and like I say, some of them do just do private companies, and I've never, but I can send the thing out on the
the serve.
web server and see what
I
they
just,
say.
I personally feel, we need to do a little more.
Well, that's why, we probably need to set a date to come back, and if you guys do vote on this, and come back and look at it again and see what is or isn't working, tweak it.
Well, I think, as far as myself, I think this is a question we'll bring up at every 911 meeting for a while to make sure that, see how things are working, to make sure that's working, we're not having problems. Just like anybody, nobody wants issues out there in their county dealing with it. So I'm sure we'll talk about more each meeting, as far as myself anyway. Yeah, sure, we'll talk about it. But anything you want to add before?
No, I'm concerned about confusion and time. And I think we need more research or more information to change policy.
Yeah, it may cost somebody their life before something
Yeah,
is done.
I laid the Harley down on Route 18 a long time ago. I'll be back there again. Dead man's turn, is there a dead man's turn?
All things like that. Which
What is it? Keys Bend. What's it? Keys Bend. Keys Bend, that's where we laid her down. A long time ago.
Get those things to make turns, U-turns, huh?
Yeah, we did. Looking the wrong way.
And I'll just say, not that, in this regard to how this works and everything, it's, my feelings is that, by code, the Dodd County Commission has the authority to pick and choose how they want this done as far as rain in their county. As long as I don't see a conflict as far as in our dispatching and creating a problem for that, then, ultimately I feel that, by code, the Dodd County Commission has the authority to do how they want in their county. And and they have already voted on how they would like to have this done. We're setting it in a policy, and we will, hopefully everything will, I don't see where have issues as far as how it's going to be done, because the person actually has to ask. So therefore, we shouldn't create a problem as far as the dispatcher in that regard. So I'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by raising your hand. All those against? Motion carries. All right, let's move on to the budget, guys.